Give me a second, y'all. All right, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Um, again, so I was going to record this video straight, and then as I was talking in the video, I kind of realized that I might as well just go live. You know what I'm saying? I might as well just go live because I'm not changing shots. I don't want to really edit, so it just kind of is what it is. So what's up, y'all? Um, One thing, this is the Father's Day edition of Life of a Producer. I got some things going in the trees here. Anyway, this is probably squirrels up, but Father's Day edition of Life of a Producer. Um, First of all, I want to give a shout out to Thoroughbred Apparel. I don't know if y'all seen this flipped or however, but this is says protector, provider, black man, king. Thoroughbred Apparel. This is my boy Victor uh, Victor Hill, my LB. He made the shirt a couple years ago, and I so you can go check out his uh, Instagram, Thoroughbred Apparel. But he made the shirt, and so if you are in the chat, swipe left to reveal comments and reactions. Yo, just if you can hear me, see me good, and everything, I want to see some likes and hearts on the screen. This is the first time I'm using my iPad to do this, so I'm not exactly sure how things pop up on the screen. So if you got a comment, um, all of that good stuff. But anyway, Life Producer, Father's Day edition. One thing I wanted to say is for those of you who um, are producers in general, and one thing I define a producer is someone who able to carry out something or create something. You are a producer. Like it doesn't really have to be a music producer or a film producer or a TV producer, which those things I am, but someone, you know, entrepreneur. You take uh, nothing and create something. You have produced a product. You have produced an event. You have produced something. So that's what life of a producer is basically showing people what this life is like. And those of you who want to pursue a life of entrepreneurship or what they call workpreneur, because I got some workpreneur friends that actually produce things, but they have a full-time job as well. So um, this is basically what Life Producer is about. However, today episode is specifically about the work-life balance between the two. So, a little background on my story. So, I started full-time entrepreneurship 2016. Um, Thank you, Aunt Dolores. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, so I started full time entrepreneurship in 2016. However, this was the same exact year I got married. So got married and started entrepreneurship journey the exact same year, which is for those of you who are entrepreneurs, you don't produce a whole lot in your first year. So it was an interesting journey for our marriage. However, going forward, things have definitely progressed. I'm continuing to do it. So 2016 from now is 7 years ago. So I've been on this journey for 7 years, and a lot has happened in those 7 years, and I'm very proud of it. But one thing I wanted to be more intentional about now than ever, especially now that I am a father, is the work life balance. When you first start, you're grinding, you're grinding, you're grinding. You're trying to do everything you can to make sure that this business get up off the ground. And you can get so much into trying to produce to you forfeit or you don't consider what it's doing to your family. So family is so important. Like in me doing everything that I do, I have to remember why I'm doing it. And first of all, of course, I'm a kingdom man, so it's the upbuilding of God's kingdom. So it's for God, but He has provided me with family as well. So to live here on earth, so I have to always keep that in mind that I have to be present with my family. You know what I'm saying? It's very important to have that presence, with the family. Of course, yes, bills need to be paid. Uh-oh, what's going on? Okay. Yes, the bills need to be paid, right? I got some issues going on with my internet dropping in and out. All right, let me know if I'm. What's up, Dan? Make sure I'm still on. Look like I had some signal issues real quick. So if you can still hear me and see me, let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna continue talking. So hopefully you can see and hear me. Let me know in the comment section if you can see and hear me. All right. Um, Continue to move on. Oh, work-life balance. So you got to remember what what you're doing and why you are doing it. So in the midst of grinding, like of course, yes, you have to pay the bills, right? The bill as a father, as a provider, you have to pay the bills. You have to make sure certain things are in place. You know what I'm saying? You want to build generational wealth for the family. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that your bank account's in a certain place. You want to make sure, bring it down to earth for everybody. Yeah, you want to make sure your business is thriving. You want to make sure that the service you're providing is top notch. Yes, you want to make sure that you're doing all of these things, checking off all these boxes, and doing the things that's supposed to be done for your business. But you got to make sure that you're present for your family. You know what I'm saying? That's the work life balance. Because imagine it's one thing. Thank you, Dan. But yeah, it's one thing to be there with your family, and this is the thing that I'm still working on. It's one thing to be present in the midst of your family, but not mentally there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one thing to your body to physically be there, but your mind is still trying to produce something. You know what I'm saying? Your mind is trying to think about, the next thing that you have to do, or your wife and your kids are asking you questions. They want to engage with you. They want to play with you, but your mind is not there. Your body is there, so you basically have an empty body. They are get to enjoy an empty body. What is an empty body? An empty body is a body that's probably in a vegetative state or a body that is dead. So we have to make sure that we are present in the moment. Um, I My family took a trip last week, and I called one of my other producer friends, and we talked about some things. And he was one. He asked me, "Did my family? Did I film throughout the week?" um, of this new location that I was in. And I told him I didn't do any filming. I didn't bring any cameras, anything, because I wanted to be fully present in the moment. Of course, we, took a little bit picture. I got other people in my family that capture things, you know what I'm saying, for memory. So when I do it, I'm doing it for business. When they do it, it's for memory. So it's a little different, you know. But I wanted to make sure that I fully enjoyed the moments with my family. And I know they appreciate it because that's one of the conversations that we had early on. Is am like when I'm home, am I really home? You know what I'm saying? Well, my body is physically in the building. Is my mind is completely present? And I can honestly say that's something I'm working on. I'm not always physically present, especially when I have a lot going on at work. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's hard for me to leave that home because the business follows me. You know what I'm saying? Like I may, and I know this is something I still got to work on. Sometimes I ignore work calls when I'm at home. And unless I know it's like an absolute emergency or something that I can deal with quick and fast, I try to make sure everyone know, after a certain time I'm home, or a certain day of the week that I'm home, and let's talk about this when I'm back at work. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's an emergency or something I have to deal with at that time. Um, Now, the factor of the matter is you may lose out on some things, right? You may lose out on some opportunities. You may, um, in the work world, you may, some people may not like the fact that they don't have access to you. They may find it hard to communicate with you. That's something that I know I have to work on with everybody. Um, but at the same time, at what expense? My bishop talked about that today over the pulpit. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about as a pastor of his caliber, um, he has to be very intentional with spending time with his sons. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people may offer, why is he not doing this? Why he's not doing these conferences? Why he's not on this stage? Why he's not doing, X, Y, and Z? Because he has the caliber to be able to do those things. But that means he will forfeit the time he needs to spend with his family. And I think that's a great leader to be able to admit that. You know what I'm saying? At what expense? Are you expending your family time, or the building of your family, or the legacy that you're trying to actually work for? How do they feel about you? You know what I'm saying? So I think that is very important. I take that seriously. Yes, everything that I do is for the upbuilding of the kingdom first, and the upbuilding of my family, um, and to make sure that they have, and also I have something to pass on to them. But if we have no memories, if their memories of me is, if their only memories of me of how much I worked, is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? Is it really worth it if the only memories they have of me is, he worked so hard? You know what I'm saying? He worked so hard. You know, I think that's empty, because they wanted more of you while you was here. And even even if you not even if we're not talking about death, we're talking about just the week in general. If the only thing that they get from you is a tired you because you work so hard, then what? You got to save some energy for your family. And that's, as a producer, our job is to continue to produce. Our job is to make sure that, you know everything is what it is. But you have to spend time with your family as a father. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you have to protect. Yes, you have to provide. You have to be a king. But what does that really look like? Because those memories are very, very important. What's up, Ryan? Um, those memories that you have with your family is very important. So, again, let's not get so caught up into with the opportunities. Let's not get so caught up with, to build so much. Let's not get so caught up in providing so much, because providing is more than money. Providing is more than finances. Providing is providing time. You know what I'm saying? Um, is providing emotional support. Providing conversations. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Clancy? Is more to providing than just working. Let me cut this light on, because look like it's getting dark. Yeah. So, what's up, Clancy? Yeah, man. I'm just basically talking about, um the work-life balance, man. Yes. Again, we gotta provide. We gotta be, um the one that makes sure, because again, when your lights get cut off, or you know your phone ain't working, you know what I'm saying? Yes, your family, the food's scarce, and food is expensive these days. your family gonna be looking at you crazy. Like, yo, it's your responsibility to make sure that we have. But at the same time, we can't get caught up in work so much, you know, that we don't have any time for them, you know. And again, when you do make time, are you fully present? And is your mind fully present in the moment to be able to, you know, do those things? You know what I'm saying? So you got to be. I'm a log off in a minute. I know you're a little slow coming in, but I can't talk all night. But literally, again, my this Life of Producer session, Father's Day edition, is specifically to those who, again, that produce. And I'm not exactly talking about film producing, TV producing, or music producing. Just anybody who produce a product. Just again, I know Ryan, I know he's a video producer. Clancy, I know you're a musician as well, but you do other things. And you produce a better life for families, you know. Um, quality, exact. I just said that, not just quantity time, not just being there in the moment, but what is the quality of your presence really is. Do your family actually like you? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something we gotta ask ourselves. Do our family really like being with us? Do our family really like us? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you a joy to be around? You know? So what does that look like? Because you may not know. Some of you may not know if your family really like you. Okay, so I know for me, my kids love playing with me. They just love playing with me. Like, I'm daddy. So, you know, they love playing with you. But if you are home, watch what your family do when they're around you. You know, watch their interactions with you. Are you snappy because you're tired all the time? Um, are you easy to talk to? Are the conversations short? Do you have long conversations? You know what I'm saying? Are you the one always talking or giving directions and stuff like that? Or people actually want to be around you and laugh and share things with you? That kind of lets you know what kind of person you are. And don't be afraid to ask. Like, I ask my wife all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to show me sometimes. Look, I just was saying that if you don't know, ask them. Be ready for an answer. You may not like it. But look, and yo, I remember some years ago, we had basically men's fellowship, and one of the things our pastor challenged us to do was for an entire week, don't say anything when it comes down to conversations with your significant other or the people around you. Allow them to show you you. You know, you may ask them, you know, hey, what are some things that I can improve on? What are some things you like? What are some things you don't like? And embrace those things. Just listen, take it all in. People tell you. People will tell you. Again, watch those interactions, you know, because again, you may be one person at the job. You may be one person in the lab. You may be one type of person when you're working on what you're working on. But how are you outside of the kitchen? You know what I'm saying? How are you? Are you friendly? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are important skills to have, and it's very important to your family because this is a part of your legacy. This is how they will remember you when you pass away or when you're not around or when you're away. Do they really miss you? You know what I'm saying? What is the house environment like when you're not there? Are they more free? You know what I'm saying? I know some houses like that. I know some people like that, man. Growing up, man, you could be outside playing in the yard with them, and they can hear when daddy about to come home. Daddy on the way, you can see them going in there, make it like everything is clean, everything is clingy. They can't do nothing when daddy get home. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted quiet. He don't want you to make too much, you know, that kind of thing. Um, so yeah. So I ain't get off my little soapbox, but again, we have to really be intentional about spending quality time, as Clancy said, with our our family, man. You know, because at the end of the day, those are the people that's gonna rock with you. Because everything else is transactional. Everything else is transactional. What you provide for others is transactional. What things that you ask other people to do is transactional. After the deal is done, y'all don't have to talk to each other ever again. Oh, but at home, that's the bed you gotta lay in, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my advice to you is in your producing, make sure you produce enough time for your family. And if your family life is jacked up, fix it. They can all start with you. Ask the Lord, the Holy Spirit to help you. Show you those areas, those weak areas. Or those areas which you can take a stand or be an example so that you can provide a better life for yourself, your family, and everybody around you. Listen, man, this has been another episode of Life of Producer, live edition and Father's Day edition. Listen, again, when I talk about the Life of Producer, I'm not always talking about things that I do like music produce, film producer, and TV producer. I'm talking about everybody who is doing something or providing a service for others. So this is the life. Y'all know what it's like. And again, thank you for watching all the episodes and being a part of it and sharing them. Like, I appreciate it. I really do. But again, man, this life, it ain't always easy. But somebody got to do it. Y'all keep producing, y'all. Y'all YouTube people. It's the first time I'm doing this on YouTube. I don't even know how to exit out of the thing. There you go.